Hi guys, it's Mandy from Mandyleeplays, and in this video I'm going to share with you some of my pickups from the last 3 months. So this pickup is for the months of July, August, and September. Now for these months, I didn't really pick up that much. Most of my pickups actually came in September, but I do have some awesome games to share with you guys. First things first, yes, I cut my hair. It is now short and I cannot be more relieved. I just love it. Alrighty, for my pickups, I'm going to first start with the Switch games. So the first one is actually a game that Nintendo sent me, but me being the Zelda fangirl that I am, I had to buy my own copy as well, and that is for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Now unfortunately, I haven't gotten the time to really sink my teeth into it. I did stream it Saturday and it was very fun. So the game mechanics I had to get used to a little bit more than your average Zelda game. Like there was a lot of times where I was just going into different menus not knowing what to do. But you know, that's the charm of this game. To me, the Zelda game is the essence of classic 2D Zelda, where it prioritizes puzzle solving. A lot of people seem to forget that Zelda games are puzzle games as well as action adventure, and this one has a lot of puzzle solving included. Another different thing about this game is you get to play as Zelda. She is the protagonist of this story. So far, she's been a very fun character to play as. I love the little psychic tree. He's very cute and he helps Zelda around a lot. Now admittedly so, there are some frame rate drops throughout the overworld. I necessarily don't mind, but if you really are a stickler for that, then hopefully there's a patch. But honestly, I don't mind, and it's nothing game breaking. And one other criticism I do want to say is that there's a lot of menu hopping, because you have to go through different echoes to solve the puzzles, and sometimes you have to stack one on top of each other, so you have to go in there multiple times, and it could become a bit of a slog. Hopefully when I play it more, it will become more of a muscle memory. And even though I'm in the beginning, there are puzzles that already kind of get me stumped, so I can't imagine later on in the game. This game is gonna make me feel so dumb. Alrighty, next game, and that is Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Now this is actually a remake of the game by the same name that was released for the Wii. Now I remember this game way back when. I never owned it, but I do remember seeing it, and I thought it was a horror game, honestly. I mean, anything really scares me at this point, but when I saw it, I was like, this thing just looks like a horror game, so I never touched it. But now it got a remake for the Switch, and now I know it's not a horror game, so I decided to pick it up and give it a try, because honestly, it looks really cool. Now, Epic Mickey is a platformer where you play as Mickey, the mouse himself. So Mickey Mouse accidentally stumbles across Yensid's office. If you guys don't know, Yensid is basically the Merlin of the world, and if you spell his name backwards, it spells Disney. But then Mickey Mouse accidentally destroys a bunch of Yensid's creations, and now he has to fix it. Now to fix this creation, Mickey Mouse needs to wield a paintbrush and use painting mechanics to traverse the different worlds and to save the creatures. That's all I know so far. I've never played Epic Mickey, but I'm really excited to try it out. It feels like a very fun and chill adventure. And plus, your main weapon is a paintbrush. I don't know, stuff with like painting and things is always a satisfying mechanic in video games. Alrighty, so next game is Spy X Anya Operation Memories. Now, a lot of people have been really hard on this game. It's not getting really good reviews, but I really love Spy X Family, and when I first saw this, I was just like, this is too adorable. I have to get it. Now, it is imported because they didn't make it physical for America, so that kind of sucks. But I did grab this one on the UK Amazon storefront. Don't go into this game thinking it's going to be anything big or a game changer, because it's not. It's just a whole bunch of mini games, but with the Spy X Family people in it. And that's honestly all I really wanted. I just wanted more Spy X Family content. Now, if you don't like Spy X Family, I don't think you'll like the game, because you won't get much out of it. But if you're a really big fan of the series, then I feel like you'll enjoy it. I mean, the blurb on the back says it best: a slice of daily life drawn by a temporary family, which yeah, perfectly encapsulates this game. Alrighty, next game is Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now, this one does not have Phoenix Wright. Well, at least I don't think it does, or maybe he's a side character. But this game mostly focused on Miles Edgeworth, the prosecutor that everybody loves. He is a fan favorite character character, and he's honestly my favorite character. So I'm so excited to get into these games. If you guys don't know, the original Investigation collection was only available in Japan, but now they released it worldwide into its own collection. So this comes with Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth's Investigations and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. Wow, that's a mouthful. Now, I haven't started this game yet because a lot of other stuff, but from what I've been seeing, it plays a lot like the original Ace Attorney games, but with Miles Edgeworth instead of Phoenix Wright. Also, you could enjoy this game in its original pixel art design, or you could switch it to a more modern HD style design. Side note, but I do love how Capcom tackles their Ace Attorney collections, because they always jam pack it with a lot of content and a whole ton of cute little extras that they don't really need to do, but I love that they add it in their collections. So yeah, really excited to try it out. Alrighty, next game is the Oregon Trail Deluxe Edition. Now, I got this game because I remember playing it on the PC years ago, and I got really frustrated and I always died of dysentery. So I thought, you know what? I'm older, I'm wiser, I know how to play video games. Let me try and finally conquer the Oregon Trail. So the Oregon Trail games are based off the Oregon Trail and how hard it was to really pioneer it in the 19th century. And what it essentially is a group of people to brave the Oregon Trail together, because going it alone is probably a death wish. Things play out, but you do have some say in what happens. You got to keep track of the supplies, like fresh food and clean water, but most importantly, medicine. Now, the whole difficulty of this game is making sure most people cross safe and sound. Now, this is actually a remake of the original game. It has all new visuals, dialogue, and mechanics. Now, I did get the deluxe edition, which was the same price as the regular edition, and this one comes with Cowboys and Critters DLC, 3 art cards, and a reversible cover sheet. Anyways, I am excited to hit the trail. I don't know when, but I'll keep you updated on this. Now, the last Switch game I got is digital, and it was given to me by Nintendo, so thank you, Nintendo. The game is Emio the Smiling Man. I did do a video about it if you want to check it out, but basically I love this game so much. I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but needless to say, it was really good. It was a very gripping visual novel. Now, it does start off very slow. It kind of eases your way into the plot, but it does pay off in the future, and I just loved it. The whole presentation was really nice too. There's actually voice acting, though not in English. I would have loved to see an all-out English dub cast. I know resources play a lot in these things, so I understand why it wasn't there, but I would have loved to see it. But other than that, I loved the Japanese voice acting, especially the voice actor for Kamihara, or Kami, in the game. He was really good. And another criticism before we move on is I felt like the game needed to be a little bit more dynamic, because nowadays visual novels are not just visual novels. They have you do a lot of different stuff, and I felt like Emio could have included a whole bunch of different segments to make it feel a little bit more interactive, because some people might think it's boring. I didn't think it's boring, but it would make the game a little bit better in my opinion. Now on to the PlayStation 5 games. Now, the first one I got is Astrobots. Now, this is a true love letter to PlayStation fans. Don't let that exclusive gray anniversary PlayStation Pro thing fool you. This is an anniversary thing. It takes advantage of all the different features that the PlayStation 5 has to offer and just puts it all in this beautiful game that really celebrates what makes PlayStation games so special, at least in the past, and that is the games. And there's just so much detail and love that's poured into this game that you can't just help but love. This game is getting really good reviews. It's damn near perfect, and for good reason. It's what a lot of people wanted in their PlayStation games. Something fun, something different, something that's not just The Last of Us. There is definitely room for a variety of different games on the PlayStation, but the thing that the PlayStation is struggling the most is catering to their different demographics, because they usually just cater to the realism, Last of Us kind of adventure group, which is fine, but that's all they focus on most of the time, and they tend to forget the freaking gold mine of other IPs that they have that they can make and revise. Anyways, what is this game about? okay, so Astrobot is about this little cute robot who was off on his PlayStation 5 spaceship, flying through space and things, and then it got crashed by this green little goblin thing. I'd call him Xbox because he's green. He destroys the PlayStation 5, and Astrobot needs to find the pieces to help rebuild it again. And throughout your adventure, you have to save different bots. Now, some of these bots are just default bots, but others are bots from our favorite Sony IPs. And then there's other mechanics as well, and while some of it might be a little bit gimmicky, like the monkey claw thing I hated, others are just really fun. If you haven't picked it up and have a PlayStation 5, I highly recommend you pick it up. It is so good. Now the next game is Visions of Mana. Now it's in plastic, mainly because I did get a review code from Square, but some weird thing happened. Like, I honestly did not see this coming a mile away. When the game released, the studio closed. That was very shocking. I don't really know the details as to why they closed down, especially on the day of their release of a game, but they did shut down, and I felt really bad just getting a review code. So I went out and bought the actual game to support the devs because that's really bad. Anyways, back to the game though. Visions of Mana is actually my second go around in the Mana series. I did not like Trials of Mana. I actually really hated it. So I kind of wrote off the Mana series, but then I saw the trailer for Visions of Mana and I'm like, you know what? That has potential. It has potential for me to give the Mana series another try. And so far this game is actually pretty good. The visuals are stunning. This game just looks beautiful. I'm not that far in, so I can't really say for sure, but the gameplay to me just isn't really clicking with me in a way. It feels kind of clunky, especially if I want to cast magic or something. It doesn't really feel like I'm in control of my character. It feels like I'm always pressing buttons to see what works. Now for the story thus far, it does have a lot of the old school RPG tropes. The guy is named Val and he is a soul soldier, which basically protects the next vessel for the mana tree, and that is where Hina steps in. She is the next sacrifice for the mana tree, and they had to make the adventure to the tree. So I'm hoping when I play more of the game, the story gets a little bit more interesting. There's more dynamics to play, things like that, because so far it's just a little bit boring. Anyways, that is it for my pickups. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please tell me what you guys picked up these past few months. If you liked the video, then please hit that like button, and if you like my content and would love to see more, then please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. You can follow me on my socials in the description down below. I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and as always, play a good game. Peace.